I've got a clip here of the GAZLOWE, excuse me, not the Zool, first pick GAZLOWE with Zool and Asmodan on Dragonshire here. And we're going to go ahead and play it through here. This is cast, of course, by DB Smiley, so we're going to let it play here. And watch carefully. This is a 4v5. You're going to have Asmodan trying to cheese the top keep lane here, trying to push the catapults on here. But they win this fight 4v5.
Look to backdoor the core. In fact, I believe that's exactly what's going to happen. DK does go down. Ooh, there's a big APOC going to secure the kill on to Sonya. Sonya getting stunned out there. And there's no counter kill thanks to Alex Strauss' Cleansing Flame. And so now it's just a situation where Regen could be in a lot of trouble. Asmodan moving straight in for mid keep and actually going to get it here. So here come the cheese. Meanwhile, Muradin now going down. So things are just falling apart for Regen. Here comes Zool on, going to take out Penguin for the win. Genji just trying to get a counter keep and does. Asmodan going to secure this keep though in mid, and that's why the sidewall came out.
All right, and that was that clip. That was 4v5, and not only that, they were. Oops.
In fact, I believe that's exactly what's going to happen.
My mouse skills are all over the place. That was a 4v5 down 2 levels. So they're not only a cheese comp, they are a formidable opponent. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to do a little ready check here, and I think we're going to get right into the draft as soon as possible here. Okay, everybody is ready. We're going to start. The first map here is Dragonshire, and this is the choice of first pick GAZLOWE.
Dragonshire.
Okay, we're going to get started here. We're going to see some bans come out. Do you think we see the Asmodan ban? They maybe just don't want to deal with it?
Oh, there it is.
Immediately.
The ban comes out.
Yeah. So right away from Crisis Management, the first pick GAZLOWE says you guys did your homework. They in fact did. So we're going to see if they have another cheese coming out. So they banned the Medivh. They don't want to have to mess with that. Medivh could mean a whole lot of things, but he's not only a good DPSer, but he's also good at stopping a lot of blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at Crisis Management tends to play pretty on meta, so we could be expecting the things like a Malfurion pick. We could be seeing a Maiev here. We could be seeing the Garrosh. Garrosh, I think, probably most likely here.
Yeah, I agree. Garrosh would be definitely a great first pick right now.
Yeah, it's very strong at the moment. But we're going to see what Crisis Management does favor here. Of course, Crisis Management, in their own rights, they've been doing really well. They've taken a tie off of the, I believe it was second place or third place Game Freaks. So they're basically one of the teams that have made them in third place rather than in second place. So Crisis Management, a powerful foe in their own regard. So this is definitely going to be a very good match. Hanzo first picked for Crisis Management. Now, what do you think?
Also a strong pick, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think that you think they're looking for camp control here? Just
with the Hanzo pick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, it's still like having the W build because camp control is very good.
Yeah. It'll work out if Hanzo he's got W, he can potentially go Q build if he wants to have better wave clear in mid and in bottom. And there's a lot of places for Hanzo to go. And, of course, Dragon Arrow is still very good. But we're going to see... Now, first pick GAZLOWE, really the class clowns of Division A East. And I have no idea what they are going to do with these two picks here. We've seen them play on meta, too. Like, they're not necessarily going to go crazy. Yeah, Greymane, Diablo, pretty strong, solid picks right here.
Interesting that they prioritize Diablo over Garrosh. Means that they have something in mind already.
Yeah, they could be looking for some kind of combo. Maybe they think Diablo is stronger at the moment, but that doesn't seem likely. Could be a comfort pick. Although with the Greymane, I feel like that Greymane's a clue because you don't normally see Greymane first picked here in Division A. So I'm not sure what they could be going here. Maybe just Greymane's strong, and they maybe want somebody to match the Hanzo, being able to take camps by himself, being able to sort of move around the map and be sort of an all-purpose hero.
Maybe it's because I'm looking at first pick GAZLOWE. I'm thinking maybe they are opting into something like Abathur with double Greymane.
Yeah,
something along those cheese are.
I know. I thought of that too. Like with the Greymane, you think maybe Abathur, but I can't remember the last time I saw Abathur played on this map. But Crisis Management going to go here with Garrosh, Malfurion, both very strong picks, and I think both very good with each other right there. So, and they've got plenty that they can ban out here. They can go ahead and opt to ban the Stukov, so that it'll take away very powerful support from first pick GAZLOWE.
Yeah, I definitely agree for if they take the Stukov or ban the Stukov so they can support choke them.
All right, the Maiev banned out here. Maiev, of course, being very powerful. So Maiev, Medivh being banned by first pick GAZLOWE, GG. Two very on meta, two very powerful heroes at the moment. So it's a good ban coming out from them. Not really sure what the Hanzo, Garrosh, Malfurion, not a whole lot given away by Crisis Management as to what their plan might be.
Yeah, it's a very safe first 3 pick. Doesn't give away too much of their stuff.
All right, that's beautiful. They don't even want to deal with it. I will say Cass is a very good GAZLOWE player, and banning it out is definitely denying them a comfort pick, if nothing else. And right here, I mean, I do think that Stukov is probably a better ban, even though they do play the GAZLOWE, but maybe they just do not want to deal with it. They want to play their game straight up. And Crisis Management, they're no slouches themselves. They've done really well in this league. Their losses have come from the other top teams in the division. So I feel like maybe they're trying to rely on their team fight.
Ooh, and Alex Straza. Interesting choice on Dragonshire.
Yeah, I kind of. So I said they're going to go for global. They're going to global this out. It does offer Crisis Management. They can respond with a Dahaka if they want to match that. And I'm not sure what else they go for here. But the Dahaka and another hero would be very good, I think, right now. They've left themselves open to a lot of flex.
Yeah. I'm looking on first pick GAZLOWE and wondering if they're going to have a traditional solo laner.
Yeah.
Or going to have Greymane for the first few levels until get Falstad level 4.
Yeah. That could be possible, but I think they do want another heavy frontliner, something, at least like a Thrall or a Sonya in that other spot there. You don't want to have they're all out of ranged heroes at the moment.
Oh, and I'm thinking maybe they have someone that can hold the point very well, like Rexar, maybe.
Oh, the surprise Rexar. They try to. Okay, they're going to go into the Dahaka here on Crisis Management, but the Rexar would definitely be the surprise cheese. Who knows? They could pull out a Chen. I mean, we've seen it from DG Prime. But Dahaka. Being grabbed here on the side of Crisis Management. Crisis Management, I think it's very good. Tychus can punish Diablo if he sticks around too long. Dahaka to match the Falstead. Very sort of by-the-book picks there from Crisis Management. And
Tychus is a really good defensive option if the other side gets a DK, because Tychus trait the Dragon Knight really down real fast.
Oh, absolutely. So a lot of value there from those two picks. But we're going to see what this last... I feel like they're arguing... Okay, they are going to go straight up. No cheese coming out here from first pick GAZLOWE. The crowd is definitely disappointed, but you got to mix it up every once in a while. And Alex Strauss, I think, is certainly interesting enough on this map. I think... does Alex Strauss go for the W build to give Diablo extra globes to work with Devil's Due?
That's actually a good combo, though sometimes Q build is also a good option, especially they don't have much dive to so Alex Otis is going to feel really safe.
Yeah, I would agree. But into the match we go. We're going to have On Crisis Management, I think looking at their composition, it's so sort of straightforward. They just want to flip people into them. Tychus is going to murder them. There's not, like, the engage is going to be Garrosh sort of just walking into their team, getting some good ground breakers. On the side of first pick GAZLOWE, Diablo is just an ever-present concern. So Dahaka and Garrosh are going to have to work together to make sure that Diablo and Sonya doesn't just sort of walk in and start wrecking their backline. Who do you give the draft over to? Looking at both these teams, not really knowing anything about either of them otherwise.
I'm looking at both sides. I have a hard time deciding. I feel like first pick GAZLOWE has two good clamp clearers with Greymane and Sonya, while on Crisis side it's mostly just Hanzo, which is like super crazy fast clear. So it's hard to decide right now.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like team fights at least are going to come down to who gets their ultimates in the right places. Cleansing Flame is going to be huge, but so will something like Dragon's Arrow. And we're going to see if Malfurion, in fact, goes Twilight Dream or not. But we do have the game starting here, and in the blue, we've got Crisis Management with Jazzis on the Dahaka, Tad MG on the Tychus, TJ303 on the Malfurion, Yoshinai on the Garrosh, DeLorean playing that Hanzo.
And on the other side, with first pick GAZLOWE, GG AFK, we have Cass on Falstad, Absol on Greymane, DD Minion on Sonya, Ursik on Diablo, and Arya on Alexstrasza.
Okay, we're going to see the sprays come down here. We're going to zoom out. We're going to take a look at the level 1s here as both teams posture up. Alexstrasza, in fact, going for the Circle of Life build at 1. Falstad going for the solo laner build here with the Seasoned Marksman. I think everything else pretty standard. Greymane, though, going for Unrivaled Strength, looking for that extra throw, and just trying to separate first pick GAZLOWE.
Hopefully picking that talent will mess up his throw Q combo.
Yeah, that's very true. And Hanzo just going straight up W build here. There's a throw on the D-Min and gets into the root. No real damage, but a huge amount of damage coming onto Ursik. The Tychus minigun, it's not enough. Ursik gets down to 24 health. Tad MG now in trouble, but the Malfurion heals means that Tychus is going to be okay. And now Sonya is in the mix.
Interesting, I put Sonya with the 4-man instead of Falstad.
It's a big blow up. An excellent root there coming out from TJ on that Malfurion.
Also, we see on Dahaka's level 1 talent that tissue regeneration is taken out more in favor of the speed.
Oh, Diablo does not get out this time. They focus on him and they get him down, and a lot of early kills, giving a half-level lead already over to Crisis Management.
Good call on the GAZLOWE, first pick GAZLOWE. They've kept the camp really early on.
It's gonna push while these shrines come in. Jazz and Cass have an interesting battle up here. Cass was taking a lot of damage, but managed to poke down Dahaka now. Dahaka using his essence. Ooh, just barely whiffs on the tongue. Cass is the last of his mana to E away. And we see Dahaka taking top, but first pick GAZLOWE grabbing bottom. And we finally level 4 reached here from first pick GAZLOWE. Hanzo's going to finish up that giant camp, no problem, to counter push. They're going to clear these giants as well as grabbing the point. First pick GAZLOWE backs off as Sonya takes the top camp, and that's going to help Falstad out a lot here. Falstad completely out of mana, completely out of health. He's going to try and get this cap. Jazzis can just sit on there. I'm surprised Jazzis didn't get on there earlier. They're going to take it away from them, but not cap it themselves. Dahaka will push Falstad off that point. Root throw there onto the Assault. The root comes down. Garrosh has to pop Indomitable to back away, but everything's going to be just fine. And it looks like everyone's resetting here. But Absolved on Greymane taking a lot of damage. There's a big throw onto the Diablo. Ursik taking a lot of damage. Looks for the stun onto Malfurion. Malfurion now being chased by Sonya. Can TJ get out? Greymane, though, Hanzo found him in the backline, but so did Sonya on Malfurion. Tad gets away with 30 health.
The arrow.
Well, it was the Stormbow connects there on Diablo.
Very good timing on the popping dragon form though. That saved their teammates a lot.
Yeah, Alex Straza very potent, especially when she can pop her dragon here, but that is going to be down for another 117 seconds. But as predicted, this camp pushing in, forcing the Dehaka off. Malfurion comes up to help with the clear a little bit. An interesting choice of heroes. Maybe just give him a little bit of help so he can straight up duel Falstead. Tychus is going to stay mid, and Crisis Management doing the best they can to keep this bottom point.
Actually, I just saw Malfurion's level 4. He took Strangling Vines, probably going for Alex Draza's circles to deny their healing.
Very interesting choice. Yeah, Tad MG, though, gets shoved against the wall by the album. Makes it out just fine. He's got the running gun. They back out here on first pick. GAZLOWE as Hanzo starts poking him down. Sonya looking for something, but her spear is not available, and everything is just fine. Crisis Management capturing both of these points here. It looks like first pick GAZLOWE is going to be trying to push on the loud point. And that's going to be a throw onto the Greymane, as well as a cap here from the Tychus. Crisis Management just owning this early game. We're going to take a look at their level 7 talents. I think Relentless Soldier here from Tychus, very good. Falstead flying in to try and get some damage out of this night. Cass just booted. Gets chunked out, too, by Hanzo and has to tap. All right, looks like Alex Straza going for that full W, but there's a throw onto the Greymane. Greymane gets punted into the back. It looks like Crisis Management is going to go Greymane hunting. They're not going to be able to find him. Absolve's going to go ahead and mount up, possibly get away. He runs way over here, though. He's going to lead them on a wild wolf chase and just try and do something here. Yeah, they go a long way for that kill, but this dragon is trying to get some kind of value here, but it's out of time. And Tychus hops out of there as they continue to push on this wall, though. Yeah.
And Crisis just got their level 10, so first pick GAZLOWE's plays safe now.
Yeah, Garrosh okay, he's not. He's just a little late in picking it. We see Isolation coming out from Dehaka. What do you think the benefit is that's going to have in team fights against first pick?
Anytime Dehaka wants to burrow and do a gank, then he has the extra tool to probably go for Alex Straza and just deny any healing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Isolation probably intended for the Alex Straza. It sounds like we're going to have everybody up here on Hanzo grabbing that top camp. It's going to push in. Sonya now leaving, moving down here, maybe trying to join the 5-man here. No, just maybe get some soak mid.
From here, I like to see Crisis be more aggressive with a level 10 advantage. Yeah, if they figure out that they're doing the bottom camp, they should invade if they do.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of time left, but they do find a gank onto the Deity Minion. The Twilight Dream comes out, the Tychus Grenade, and the Moonfire finish off the Sonya, and they're just going to push in on this front wall. Meanwhile, though, bottom, Jazz is getting a ton of damage, but is able to burrow out, get that healing, and they're going to clear up this Night Camp, prevent the push coming from first pick GAZLOWE, while they get their own push up top, pushing Cass on Falstead off of this fort.
Control the Dragon Knights.
All right, Falstead up top here, just trying to stop this Night Camp from taking this fort down. This fort is probably long gone, and that's going to help them grab this. No, Sonya's going to come up and actually help them push off here. That fort will survive. Greymane is going to move up on their own just in case the two members here try to do something. They're going to actually aim for this camp here and try to have this camp push while the shrine is going.
And looking at first pick GAZLOWE's level 10 talents, they have Leap and Hinterland's Blast, looking to one-shot some people.
All right. They couldn't stay away from the cheese for long. We've got the Leap into Hinterlands coming out. So look out, Malfurion. Look out, Tychus. And especially look out, Hanzo. Hanzo, speaking of look out, gets flipped in, just barely has natural agility to get over the wall.
Yeah, Crisis Management can push this hard as they have level 13 talent advantage.
Here. The APOC comes out to flip the combo onto DeLorean. It's just the APOC combo with the Hinterland's Blast is enough to eliminate Hanzo here. A 4v4, the Cleansing Flame comes out. The Twilight Dream lands. It's not enough damage. Garrosh might make it out alive. He doesn't. Diablo goes down. Wow, was that all Tychus? Diablo taking a ton of damage. Here comes Greymane, though, trying to finish off the Tychus. Gets a go for the throat off, I believe. Yeah, but Absolved is taking a ton of damage. The eyes in the dark.
Dahaka's coming in. Oh, he gets Alex Strada.
He gets a drag out of Alex Strada. Sonya here, though, is ready to roll. I think she has her leap available, but doesn't really need it. Malfurion in the back, pulled in front, into the back, destroyed. It is now a 5v4 as Crisis Management tries to manage this crisis.
That was a very great Sonya interrupt, saving us Alex Strada.
Oh! Finally, Hanzo finds the angle. Simple geometry takes out the Alex Strada, and that's now going to be an advantage going over to Crisis Management. Diablo's going to delay this dragon. Sonya's going to cap this top, so there's no real danger of them grabbing the dragon at this moment. But Hanzo's just going to go ahead and poke over here. Sonya takes top, and is probably just going to spend her time clearing.
Very good invade from Crisis Management, seeing that the only thing to pick up was this bottom camp.
Looking at Alex Strada, Cleansing Flame is now back up, but Dragon Queen still a full minute away. Okay, they're going to clear this giant camp, no problem, but it does steal the giant camp and doesn't allow them to grab it. Dahaka finally makes his way up top there, is fighting this Sonya, getting a ton of damage, but here comes Diablo, might have a gank on the Dahaka, gets the stun. The flip over is Jazz is going to make it out. Here comes a false dead to try and secure this. The burrow comes out to stop the lightning shield, and Dahaka's going to be just fine.
And Chris Management sees that they committed 3 people top, so I guess it's going to push bot hard with Odin popped up.
Yeah, Tad popping that Odin, getting the damage onto the fort here, zoning everybody out. Diablo finally makes his way down. Sonya's still top with the Dahaka. Dahaka can, of course, join this fight at any moment. But this fort is going to be out of here. And they're pushing.
Yeah, I want GAZLOWE to look for a fight now because they don't want to fight when the other side gets 16. So they have a small time period right now.
Yeah, it's going to be dangerous because Dahaka can simply go into the bush on the flank here and join the fight if Sonya doesn't make her way down. Sonya finally does start going. She's spotted in the wave. Crisis Management knows full well that this rotation is happening and has plenty of time to get out and avoid the fight before 16. This wave might get them there. All right, Sonya steps up. The APOC comes out, no follow-up, completely whiffs on everybody, I think, except Tychus. Here comes the leap onto 2 people. Here's the Hinterlands Blast. Now, Hanzo gets thrown to safety, but Tychus dies. DeLorean trying to get some kind of damage. Here's the Dragons Arrow, gets the stun. The Cleansing Flame keeping everybody alive. Sonya thrown into danger. Hanzo almost takes the brunt of that, but Sonya killed by the towers, and that's a 1-for-1.
All in all, that was a good trade for first pick GAZLOWE as they were down 16 and still got the 1-for-1.
But Absolved here in great danger as it's a 3v3. Warbreaker gets the damage. Malfurion finishes it off. That was clutch, actually. TJ hitting that Moonfire was absolutely key there. If Greymane survives any longer, that could have jeopardized first Crisis Management's situation.
Yeah, Crisis Management is playing a very patient game. They aren't rushing people to cap shrines. They're just getting their advantage and forcing people to defend mid when they have both shrines up.
Yeah, and now they've got this Night Camp pushing in bottom, 17 to 15. If they make a rotation up here top before first pick GAZLOWE is able to get 16, but it looks like it's going to happen here. They're probably going to. Oh, actually, there's 1 tower left up here. But it's the minions that's all that's needed. They get 16, and this is an even fight. Here, except Sonya is not here.
Yeah, they see Sonya, so they want to fight.
And Falstead goes down. No Hinterlands Blast available before the bird is destroyed. The Dragon Queen pop trying to make something happen. Diablo in the back, but he's taunted, and they keep chasing the Alex Strada. Dahaka trying to zone her out. Oh, here's the throw onto the Greymane himself. Goes in on the Malfurion. The go for the throat does not get the kill, as that's 2-for-0 in favor of Crisis Management.
Oh, a Cleansing Flame got canceled.
Oh, beautiful cancel. Was that the Tychus grenade?
I believe so. That was the only person close by to interrupt it.
Yeah, Tad MG, clutch cancel on the Cleansing Flame. They grab the Dragonite as a reward. This Night Camp still pushing bottom is going to offer a nice target for the Dragon.
Yeah, this pretty much is a bottom keep. because they still have Greymane and Alexstrasza dead.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 seconds, fortunately, for Greymane to come back up. So really just minus Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza does have Cleansing Flame still available, if not Dragon Queen, so she can simply pop that from base if she so felt like it. But this keep goes down quick. Garrosh throws the Haka into the enemy team, maybe trying to get a tongue onto somebody here. Dragon, now they're not done. They're pushing up on this. The Hammerless Blast comes in with the lead, gets a ton of damage, but Greymane counter kill coming out from Crisis Management, and that's a 1-for-1. Dragon Knight getting some plenty of damage. Hanzo using the Dragon Knight melee attack to get a bunch of damage onto first pick GAZLOWE. DD Minion spins in the middle of everybody. Tad MG kills him. That's 2 people dead in for 1 on the side of for Crisis Management, and the shields are already gone, and this core looks like it's good. 54%.
Everyone's still focused on core, and it looks like it's going down really soon.
Yeah, Tychus and Hanzo doing a lot of damage here. The Burrow comes to the Haka, and first game going over to Crisis Management. Excellently played by them. They get rid of the Asmodan, they get rid of the GAZLOWE, and they stick with their game and the way they want to play it. So very interesting coming out from them. And wow, that was 16-5. Crisis Management just destroying with their composition.
Mm-hmm. That was a very clean core call. Everyone was on the same page and pushed along with the Dragon Knight.
All right. But the next map is going to be Battlefield of Eternity. This map is Crisis Management's map choice, but let's see if first pick GAZLOWE GG can bring it around and get a game on their opponent's map in return. I start inviting everybody here. Okay, it looks like we have everybody filing in here. Now, on BOE, do you think we still get some kind of crazy pick coming out from first pick GAZLOWE?
I haven't seen them play on BOE, so I don't know what to expect. Maybe I always see, I think of Zagara split pushing on the side. Mm-hmm. That could be an option.
That's definitely an option. I don't know if GAZLOWE or Asmodan makes any sense on this map, but I've seen it. I've seen crazier things.
I've barely ever drafted those characters on BOE, so I actually do not know how fast of their races are. I feel like Asmodan does not have good race, but GAZLOWE with level 10 Robo Goblin can do a lot of work.
It's very true. Once you get to 10, your race absolutely increases as the GAZLOWE melee damage just gets too much. So we could see that. So, you know, maybe first ban GAZLOWE. Who knows? I could also see coming out from first pick GAZLOWE the Hanzo ban. The Hanzo definitely caused a lot of trouble with them in the previous game. What kind of adjustments do you think we'll see here from first pick GAZLOWE?
Well, they last game they went with their plan of leap into hinterlands with some like Diablo follow up, and they pulled off their combo. Just couldn't get any kills. So let's see if their next plan will do more work than their last. Okay.
All right, we're gonna get into BOE here in just a second. We're doing a quick ready check onto both teams. We have gladiators ready, contestants ready. We're going to get into Battlefield of Eternity. I think this is... Yeah, this is Crisis Management's pick. Sorry, I just want to... I never want to screw that up.
Battlefield of Eternity.
I'm enjoying the chat here in the game. I think it's covered up by the ghost dunking, but we'll see how that goes here. I'm going to update the score real quick. As we get into BOE, would not be surprised to see the Hanzo ban, but a Medivh ban could still make sense here, as first pick GAZLOWE definitely thought they were strong.
I feel like on this map, if you don't first pick Hanzo, you're gonna ban Hanzo because his race is just superb.
Yeah, for sure. You basically just make the decision right here of whether to force your. You can force your. GAZLOWE. It happened. It really happened, ladies and gentlemen. You were here to witness it. So the GAZLOWE immediately being taken here. They can't even first pick it. Oh, feels bad, man, as Cass does not get his GAZLOWE. I don't know if they even go Hanzo here. I mean, you know, you could. But you don't have to race on this map either. You don't have to win that race. Of course, Hanzo can do, mathematically, at his maximum, can do basically twice the race of any other hero.
Balloon, grant us strength.
And they go for the first pick, Malfurion. Malfurion definitely was a strong presence last game. So they're going to see.
Yeah, because they didn't first pick, they didn't pick Hanzo up. I really expect Crisis to just pick up the Hanzo right now.
Yeah. It worked real well. They showed a lot of familiarity with the hero last game, so would not be surprised to see that coming out from them. And especially if you can pick it with somebody else here too, it gives you a lot of power. Oh, the Medivh.
Oh,
The Medivh Stukov. Okay, they're gonna grab the Stukov here to avoid it being banned out against them in the next round, and they get the Medivh. So it looks like they've got a plan. I don't know if they're going to try and combo off of Leyline Seal or if they just think Medivh is a strong character.
interesting drafting choice, as nothing here really screams out race or heavy race right now.
I mean, they could be trying to just say, hey, you guys, you know, draft all the race characters that you want. We're going to pick some other people here. Stukov, as in both Diablo maps, plenty of small areas in the objective that Stukov can put his lurking arm down and control. And it looks like Crisis Management definitely falling into the Malfurion Stukov sort of duo idea of the meta. Greymane Diablo immediately picked up here. I think we can, you know, this is the game that first pick GAZLOWE likes to play. It's Greymane Diablo. Those are your guys, and they're going to try and win or lose with that. And I've seen some killer plays coming out from the Diablo player on the side of first pick GAZLOWE. We're going to see the next band coming out from here. Are they worried about the Asmodan? I don't know that he's that good on this map. Maybe he just sits there and pushes all day.
If they believe that I can bring it to late game, then there's some Asmodan value, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. But the Greymane picked up also offers on this map more race, whereas on last map he offered some sort of camp pressure. He offers the same here, but he offers more towards the objective. So I do like the Greymane pickup coming out from first pick GAZLOWE.
Yeah.
They're gonna ban the Phoenix. I think that's a pretty good ban. They don't want to play him. They don't want to face him. He's got good race. He's just a strong character. Medivh can definitely neutralize some of Phoenix's ult, but just being an auto attack hero, he does have a decent amount of sustained damage as well. So the Garrosh being banned out here, taking away the other popular tank, and really, Division A has been all about what's the other tank that you pick that's not Garrosh or Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of different ones here. We could see I don't know if we see the Joe here, especially with some like Maiev ban, but you could see the Tyrael. Possibly. But we're going to see the Hanzo Sunday. They're going to hold their tank pick to the very end. It looks like.
I actually wouldn't want them to go Johanna, as like when you're playing with a Stukov healer, you want the more aggressive side rather than being on the back foot.
Yeah.
So I would probably like even ETC or
yeah,
even
ETC.
Muradin.
Yeah, I forgot about the cow. Cow, very good pick here. They realize they can hold their pick to see every single hero on the side of first pick GAZLOWE before they commit to a tank. Hanzo, Sonya, very good. They're going to win that race already with just the Hanzo, Sonya into no matter who they pick here, I think. Unless it's like Vala Artanis, which I very much doubt Hanzo and Sonya will win the Immortal race.
They were talking about picking Tyrande, so
yeah,
maybe we'll see that.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But maybe first pick GAZLOWE, will they surprise us and get something crazy, or will they surprise us and get something normal? They grab the ETC themselves. The deny pick coming out from them. Diablo ETC into the Cassia.
Interesting.
Interesting. The DPS on the side of Crisis Management. Hanzo definitely susceptible to Cassia Blind. Sonya as well. They do grab the Johanna. Interesting. Okay, so with the Sonya, they do have a decent amount of engage, and Medivh can just send Johanna into the enemy team, and that's not nothing. So
the game plan looks like from first pick GAZLOWE to be defending, possibly putting Greymane on the side of racing.
Yeah. So they're hoping. I mean, their Diablo play is very strong. Diablo, no slouch in the DPS department himself. So that's you can't. Diablo really the bruiser in this situation, rather than the tank. But into the game we go, and I think you're absolutely right about the way that they have to play this, though. The Cassia pick surprises me. Cassia going to be susceptible, I think, to the Medivh damage most of all. Cassia's going to have to step up, and when Cassia does step up, when she does charge strikes, Medivh uses Circle of Will and I forget the explosive talent. But, you know, Cassia dumping all that damage into those Medivh shields, they're going to do a lot of AoE damage on the side of Crisis Management. So it's an ever-present danger coming out from them. Looking at these comps, I feel like, if not for the Johanna, I would totally give this over to Crisis Management. But the tank choke, I think, worked with the Diablo ETC, so a very interesting pickup from them. But into the game we go, and on the side of heaven, we've got Crisis Management with Jazz's playing the Sonya, Yoshinai on the Johanna, TadMG playing that Hanzo, TJ303 on the Stukov, and on the Floating Bird Medivh, we got DeLorean.
And on first pick GAZLOWE, we have Aria on Malfurion, Cass on Cassia, Ursik on Diablo, and Deity Minion on ETC, and Absol on Greymane.
Okay, they're going to go ahead. Greymane's going to be their soul laner up top, it looks like. Not really an important soul lane that you have to win or anything like that, but we're going to go ahead and show you the talents here. Cassia going for the Q build, looking for more ability damage out of her. And we have a voice line and a spray coming out from ETC on the DD.
That was probably a very smart choice for them to switch Greymane and Diablo. Because if they put, ETC, because if they had ETC up there, he would just lose the 1v1 so bad.
Yeah, and you need some more bodies down here to help defend. Cassia, though, is going to have to do most of the damage herself, but, you know, they got plenty of time. Into the Stukov, though, I feel like this four-man's just, you know, two people just duking it out and nothing really happening. And here comes Diablo's going to look for this flank all day, tries to find the stun onto the Stukov. Stukov gets some damage back, and TadMG taking a lot of damage from the Cassia.
That was a very smart route by Malfurion, rooting the portals.
And a push on Johanna has Iron Skin able to avoid the ETC follow-up. Cass dives in with a Fend, is in trouble there. Hanzo not able to get the scatter arrow damage on her at that point. Up top here we have just really a bunch of nothing. Absol taking a lot of damage from the Sonya. All right, Medivh sort of hovering about. We're going to check in on the stack. Medivh already at 23 stacks, doing a very good job. Usually, good Medivh can stack this up pretty quickly, especially in a 4-man like this. Up top here, Greymane has returned the damage on Sonya, but of course Sonya not quite as worried about it. She has a lot more self-sustain than the Greymane, but like I said, not a whole lot happening here. Diablo just constantly looking for this flank from this bush here. Hanzo trying to keep an eye on Ursik on this Diablo. Just keeps firing that Stormbolt in there, and Medivh's gonna portal them and help them get to this camp here. And I'm noticing a visual bug on these portals, but you can't. It's very hard to tell how long they have left on them.
Interesting camp timing. Oh, very good. Actually, very good camp timing on Crisis Management, as they already started on the Shaman camp.
Yep, the camp starts at 3 minutes. They time it perfectly. They're going to, first pick GAZLOWE opts for the camp bottom. I believe Crisis Management going to be able to clear this up pretty quickly, as this camp is going to be pushing against their Shaman camp. So they're actually going to be a little bit late to start this, but GAZLOWE is going to be even later as they start their own camp up here top. So maybe first pick GAZLOWE doesn't really care quite as much about racing. Crisis Management gets right onto the Immortal. Hanzo's going to set up, and he's going to start launching all those arrows into that Immortal. But Greymane's going to make his way down here. They're going to come in to defend. First pick GAZLOWE pushes them off the point here. They're just going to sit here and poke it here. ETC and Diablo, all you need, looks like. And they get a lot of head start here. The race, though, is very equal, and it looks like Crisis Management just barely ahead. However, they will probably be able to stay ahead with Sonya finishing up that camp up there top and coming in to help with this Immortal. I have to imagine that Crisis Management wins this. And indeed they do, but first pick GAZLOWE does a very good job of getting this Immortal down. Alright, looks like the Immortal is going to go top, and Sonya makes their way down bottom, and the rest of Crisis Management now coming up here top, trying to just getting right in everybody's face right away before the Immortal even shows up. This Immortal has very little shield here. They can probably get a front wall here, but I'm not sure how much more they can get.
Yeah, with the small shields on the Angel, the shield's already gone. He has to go in melee form already.
Yeah, he's already in melee form. Greymane able to poke this thing down real well. There's not a whole lot of siege potential on the side of Crisis Management. Their best sieger is Sonya. She is down bottom soul lane, but there's the push onto the Hanzo. Hanzo avoids the follow-up damage, gets the natural agility over the wall. Diablo almost had something there.
Yeah, first pick GAZLOWE's looking very aggressive, even without their level 7s. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, Medivh makes that Master's Touch. It's not Master's Touch, the Arcane Rift quest complete. And they're just going to continue laning up here in this top lane. First pick GAZLOWE minus a front wall up here.
Also look at Malfurion's level 4. He again took Strangling Vines. So maybe expecting to get a lot of value from rooting people from portals.
Yeah. Can be pretty strong here. A talent here. Not something you see very often, but we're going to see how well it works here. But Malfurion taking a lot of damage, just being able to heal it up and back out. Meanwhile, in bottom now it's ETC against the Sonya, and Sonya feels comfortable enough in this lane versus the ETC. Maybe to start that camp, changes her mind. She's going to pop Battle Rage, get some health back, and she realizes everybody's missing. Very smart play there coming out from Jazzis. So they try to get the rotate gank onto the Sonya, but Jazzis, really well done. Often you see a lot of trouble there. Medivh wasn't even scouting out that rotation there, so good communication on the side of Crisis Management too. The Immortal's going to spawn. It's going to be a while before any camp is taken. Cass fends forward right into a Stukov Silence. The Stukov Silence shuts her down immediately. The root comes out from Malfurion. The push onto the Johanna. Meanwhile, Greymane killed down here by Medivh and Sonya. And Diablo is not faring very well top here either. Johanna gets the pull onto Diablo. Is that going to be it? The Stormbolt connects, but it doesn't get the kill. Diablo walks away with 50 health.
Yeah, Malfurion didn't take Nature's Cure and instead opted for Wild Growth, so he won't have any cleanse for his teammates.
Yeah, the cleanse from against Dragon Arrow could be huge here. So if we see a Dragon's Arrow pop out that Malfurion could have cleansed, we'll see if the Wild Growth was worth the not having a cleanse. Meanwhile, the Crisis Management doing really well, just dominating this portion of the game. It forces First Pick GAZLOWE to push up, and it's going to be 10s here very soon for Crisis Management, so they don't want to push their luck. Greymane's not even on the Immortal for Crisis Management, so Crisis...
I think First Pick GAZLOWE has to give this. They don't have 10s. They shouldn't be standing around here.
Yeah, Crisis Management's going to step up here. First Pick GAZLOWE's going to try to use the Immortal to their advantage. Sonya pops Wrath, goes on to the Diablo here, taking a ton of damage in the backline, spins away to win. The stun comes out, and there's the Dragon Arrow. ETC tries to slide up, but the 10s from Crisis Management means they're doing a lot better. The health on the side of First Pick GAZLOWE is getting very low, but Crisis Management forced off the point.
That was very surprising as they were fighting without their 10s.
Yeah, well, all their 10s are used up, and if you've used your ultimate, you don't have a 10 advantage anymore. Oh, but Cass gets caught out, gets a ton of damage, gets chunked out. Diablo for the peel does not get away. I think the shield glare flashlight got the last blow on that kill, and this is going to be an almost full shield Immortal. Cassia and Greymane were poking away at it, but it's a very full shield Immortal pushing for Crisis Management. And so far, I am totally wrong about the John. I think Johanna's working very well for them. It's ETC and Diablo just want to muscle their way around, and I think Johanna's a good counter to that. Oh, but here's the combo going on to Johanna. The Medivh protect saves a ton of her damage, but Jazz is caught way out. The Twilight Dream silencing everybody, but it also into a Stukov silence. Both teams walk away with very little health, but no kills so far. Oh, but speaking no kills, Cassie goes down, ADC goes down, Sonya spins away to win. The Immortal gets this fort, and it's looking real bad on this pusher. First it's GAZLOWE, another arrow from Hanzo finishes Greymane off. Diablo taps, but Medivh tried to look for something out here, a cheeky portal in the backline there, and Tad almost...
Oh, the portal's gone.
Oh, the portal's gone, but Johanna's going to be able to make her way out. She's got plenty of health. Tad, on the other hand, it is a miracle he got back in that portal.
Looks like going for a keep with their almost dead Angel.
Yeah, and they get about half this keep. Don't have a whole lot of siege on the side of Crisis Management is the problem. And Johanna, the portal. The portal saves her. She brings the ball through the portal, but she makes it out alive. This Blessed Shield comes out along with the Polybomb. Oh, Diablo does have another charge onto the Stukov. Is Stukov done for? The portal is far away, and that is it for the Stukov. The Mosh Pit comes back, and they're looking for more, and the Dragon Arrow interrupts it. So
yeah, and the fight prior to this, ETC's Mosh Pit got canceled twice, so he still had it.
Yeah. Did you see what canceled it before? I'm not entirely sure what canceled it before, but they are going to grab this camp in exchange for that Stukov kill, and I think the Medivh portal, I think they were just giving up that Stukov for dead once he got into that shove.
Yeah.
The keep, though, on the other hand, you know, one kill, I think, in exchange for how much damage they got in this keep, not bad. But no, First Pick GAZLOWE, they're going to grab their camp right here.
As will my foe.
Looks like Jazz is going to clear this up by herself. No rotation coming out in First Pick GAZLOWE, so Sonya is safe. They do, in fact, see at least two members on this wave down here. Diablo and Greymane staying hidden off the map. ETC is going to come up here. Stukov forces him out with the silence. Easy camp for Sonya and easy grab Shaman Camp for Crisis Management. Both of these teams are going to clear the camps right away before the Immortal pops up. And ETC now maybe steps on the Immortal, but good news for first pick GAZLOWE. The Crisis Management has to step up towards them to start their Immortal. Down level 13 is going to be rough, though. First pick GAZLOWE. Johanna just walks into everybody, starts putting some condemns down. The Diablo damage comes out. The APOC tries to get the combo onto Hanzo, but Diablo misses. There's a big stun on ETC in the background, but there's the Twilight Dream taking a ton of damage out of Sonya. Sonya tries to get to safety. She does the flailing swipe, clears a path for Sonya, and ETC in the meantime goes down. Ursik now being hunted by the Medivh portals. Diablo gets a shove, pushes Johanna into a stun. The protected, though, the Grayman reset. Stukov, Johanna immediately destroyed, though. Absolve in trouble, though. Sonya popping off. The stun coming out from Diablo. Diablo gets a kill on Sonya, and it's a 3 for 3. Or is it a 4 for 4? Making Medivh get the damage, and Diablo goes down, and that's the advantage going over to Crisis Management. Trying to get maybe a kill onto this Malfurion. Malfurion puts a root down to Peel, and Arya is going to get away scot-free.
That was a crazy team fight. I saw Greymane getting 2 go through her throats, and then Sonya turns around and gets another 2 kills.
Yeah, well, Tad MG is in trouble, just trying to get some damage with this Immortal. Diablo tries to get a Tad MG, hops away. Oh, and that's a disconnect. We do have a pause here. All right, we're ready, and we're just going to count it down.
Welcome back, mortal.
But wow, Hanzo is Tad MG on point with that D button. This is both these matches. All right, they get halftime here as first pick GAZLOWE tries to push in on here, and Crisis Management is out of here as they're very close to 16. They don't need to force a fight here. And they're just going to force first pick GAZLOWE to 5-man defend on this Immortal.
And first pick GAZLOWE wants this fight right now before the other team gets 16.
Yeah, especially with Medivh out of the way. But here comes the Mop Pit forcing Sonya on here. The Dragons are going to immediately interrupt. The Twilight Dream comes out but does not hit anybody. Johanna is forcing him to attack her, and she walks away from that no problem. That's 2 ults down.
Yeah, they traded 2 ults for 2. It's still pretty even right now.
Yep.
I would almost want Crisis Management to just play it safe and just soak to get 16 before doing this.
Yeah, I think Sonya probably needs to be the one to do that, not Medivh, so Medivh can portal people out in times of danger. So we're going to see Jazzis, everyone's just sharking around here. They're trying to get a root on that bush. Johanna blinded really in front of everybody. I think she's trying to force them through that choke somehow. Greymane, though, in the meantime, getting the Immortal down to even. They see that Greymane is on there, but the APOC comes out into the choke, but the Polybomb goes down. Sonya is in the backline getting a ton of damage onto the Cassie. Cassie gets away. Sonya caught by an Immortal stun. Meanwhile, in the back, ETC going in on the Medivh. Medivh has to portal away. Cassie in the back in rough times. Q comes out from Cassie. It doesn't hit anybody. ETC gets a slide through, but the damage on ETC is a lot. Medivh, though, is killed, and that's a 1 for nothing. However, Absolve gets pulled in. Greymane in trouble. The eyes in the dark. Hanzo finds him. Sonya is in trouble between 2 stuns. She couldn't get out, and the go for the throat finishes her off. That's a 2 for nothing in favor of first pick GAZLOWE.
I think Crisis Management got a little too confident with what they were able to do.
I feel like they thought they had a lot more time to move in on the team once they saw that Greymane was pushing the Immortal down.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, bottom keep. I don't know, 2 deaths, level 16 advantage. Oh, and they get it! They get the Immortal
ETC
and they
with
get
that
the
money
kill.
save. Oh, but dies for it.
We stand
They
victorious.
barely get the Immortal. The Hanzo race is too strong. They can't even first pick GAZLOWE can't even finish their Immortal. They lose the keep. They lose the ETC. They lose the Immortal. A really rough turn here for first pick GAZLOWE.
For their sins.
Yeah, this Immortal's going to walk right through that fort here. And, oh, they're in trouble. The Blessed Shield comes out. Hanzo arrow onto the Casa. Casa is in real trouble getting the Lightning Ball out. Greymane goes down from the deep. Cassie goes down from the Hanzo. This Immortal's pushing onto the keep. This could be keep. And if they get any more picks, probably game. Oh, the Medivh portal, they're getting very aggressive out here. They're trying to get on the other side of this keep. They get onto the keep. This keep's going to be very quickly destroyed. And we're going to see what else Crisis Management can walk away with here.
Yeah. First pick GAZLOWE just need to get 16 soon, and they can defend this. They are so close.
Yeah, they're so close to 16. This next wave should bring it to them. However, the shield is already gone. The Immortal damage is so much. I think this is it. I think this is game. The Twilight Dream comes out, but I don't think it's enough.
15%? 10%? They just need a focus core, and they got it.
Yeah, they do. They try to get it, and they try to get the defense. They try to get the God defense, but Crisis Management pulls through. They beat the Cheese. They ban out the GAZLOWE. They win the game. Very good play coming out from first pick GAZLOWE, but just too much in favor of Crisis Management. And I got to think that that's just a function of the draft. I think Crisis Management just outdrafted them.
They definitely had the easier to play comps with the Hanzo.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna get an interview with the captain here. We're gonna see if they're available. I'm gonna see if I can get them a hold of on Discord, perhaps. Oh, there it is. All right, we are going to have some members. I think members of. Okay, I'm in lobby 2. Some members of Crisis Management. In fact, in they come. We're going to have Jazzes and Ted MG. You guys bringing anybody else in?
This is it, I think.
Okay, all right.
Everyone else too shy.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. How do you guys feel after that win against first pick GAZLOWE?
I think it feels good. We've had a rough couple weeks, so it feels good to get a good 2-0 in.
All right, yeah, you guys got a much-needed domination. It's going to push you guys definitely up the standings. Were you guys worried about just all the crazy stuff that first pick GAZLOWE could pull out?
We're definitely worried about. Well, we've seen that they've used GAZLOWE and Asmodean both a lot, and the annoyingness of we saw them like backdooring keeps with Asmodean, and we figured on a 2-lane map that's not as viable, so we just banned it out on their map on Dragonshire and let it go. The second map, and we know Cass plays a ton of GAZLOWE, so we figured just get rid of that both ways just to not have to deal with it.
Yeah. So you guys were legitimately worried about the GAZLOWE then?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Yeah.
Okay, coming out, I think my first question about drafts has to be on Battlefield of Eternity. They go for the Diablo ETC for the deny pick on the ETC. Were you guys thinking ETC there, and did they take it away? And what other tanks were you thinking besides Johanna? I mean, Johanna worked very well, but were you debating that at all?
We actually did talk about ETC. I think that we kind of don't favor ETC on that map a lot because a lot of the fighting happens around the Immortals. So there's like free stuns and stuff to knock out a Mosh and everything by the Immortals. I think we saw Greymane, and we just kind of decided after they banned Garrosh that Joe was going to be our best bet going into Greymane for the blinds. And then I think we kind of thought if they picked ETC as well, Joe, just her innate ability to disrupt ETC with her Condemn and her Unstoppable just makes her a good choice there. So I think we're happy with what we got.
Oh, great. Now, the Medivh pick on Battlefield of Eternity, you picked that up right away first. Do you think Medivh is just a really strong hero?
We're just basically super confident in our Medivh player, to be honest. He plays it a lot. And, yeah.
Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to add to that too. I think we think that, or I personally think that Medivh is the best hero in the game right now in team play. So,
all right, excellent. Do you have any questions for them, Hanyo?
I was going to comment that you guys play was like really clean today.
Yeah.
And the only point in the BO game that I was kind of questioning was when you guys were really close to 16, but you still decided to fight before you got 16 with like Sonya flank. And Eli's lost 2 people there. Do you guys still agree with your call, or do you feel like maybe be more passive and get 16 would be a better call?
I mean, I think obviously in retrospect, it's always, oh, this would have been better, you know, if there's a better choice. We did make the call that we could soak 16, but while we were setting up our soak, we noticed that they had 1 person on our immortal, and they had 4 people defending, so we thought maybe we could go on a 5v4 and get a quick pick, but didn't quite work out in our favor. But I think we were far enough ahead there that it was worth the risk just to see if we could, you know, get the kill and just dominate the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
that makes sense.
Yeah, you guys pulled it out by a hair there. You barely won the immortal. You managed to get the ETC kill there. What were comms like during that moment?
I'd like to say our comms are pretty calm, but I think there's a couple of us that get pretty hypey, especially when fights start going in our favor. It was pretty hectic, I think, but after we got the first kill, I think we're good at playing together in team fights, so I think everyone just knew what to do, even with probably me yelling more than anyone else.
Now, I did an interview that I have not yet published, but I know you guys, at least some of you, used to be a WoW raiding party. Was that like watching the raid almost fall apart and then bringing it back together?
I mean, we still do raid, and yours truly here, I get to lead all these plebs into battle every week, so I like to think that I pulled it together in this fight and kept them going right, just like I do every week in WoW.
Fantastic. Any other questions from Hanyo?
I have one last question. It's more about drafting. I guess I'm not sure who's drafting our team. Is maybe Tad MG drafter?
It's a joint effort.
Okay, because I always want to prioritize taking Hanzo, and you guys took Medivh and Stukov first. Do you guys don't feel, or do you guys just think giving away Hanzo to the other side is a thing you guys can deal with?
I think that kind of came down to they had picked Melf early, and we wanted to make sure we got a top tier support. And like I said, going back to the Medivh thing, why we pick him early. It was basically we wanted to get Stukov, make sure we had a good support.
Okay.
And if we had to deal with fighting Hanzo, we were going to deal with it. If not, we were going to take it.
Makes sense.
Good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Either of you guys got any shout outs for Twitch?
I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Zanston for everything he does for me every day, and our sponsors, Zanston.
Okay. Is that it?
That's all I got.
Okay. Looking at the schedule here, I think you guys have already faced. Okay, you had your second match. You guys are facing Average Joes next week, and they are, as well as Jailbait, but Average Joes, I know they're watching because I see them in chat, and I know they're very interested in Division A. They're along with A Greek Economy, the only undefeated teams in Division A at the moment. How are you feeling about that matchup?
I can take this one if you want.
Go for
Ted?
it.
Okay. My personal feelings on it, obviously, a Greek and Averages are very good. I'm looking for us to finish top 4. So I think that Averages is a must-win for us if we want to finish there. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely done a lot of research on them already, so looking forward to that game.
Okay, well researched going after Average Joes there. And you guys are also facing Jailbait, and I mean, next week is a big week for you guys. Are you doing anything? Do you got scrims lined up? You guys gonna practice for this?
We haven't had much time to scrim. We just kind of get some unranked in most of the time. But I think we've just played enough together in other games that we use that to help carry us. But I think we do really good research prior to games to try to get good drafts in, and that helps us a lot. So,
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you guys during that next week, and thank you so much for joining us. And good games.
thank you for having us. Thanks for casting.
Thanks.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna go back to it. Hanyo, what do you think of that game?
It looked really decisive for Crisis Management. I'm looking forward to playing them next week.
I mean, you could have stepped up there, but that's I'm very excited to see you guys. I'm gonna try and get what casts I can get of people. Division A East and West actually are heating up here as we reach the midpoint of the season. Hanya, thank you so much for joining me, though.
Yes, thank you.
All right, I think that's it for us tonight. Once again, this is the Nexus Gaming Series. To check out all the information, you can go to nexusgamingseries.com. We're an amateur league. We've got 110 teams in 9 different divisions. Games are cast every night of the week, and I will be casting all season long. So if you want to catch more casts, you can follow me at twitch.tv/ghostdunk. If you're watching on Twitch now, please hit that follow button. Hanya, where can people check you out on the internet?
Nowhere, because I'm a very private person. But
All right.
if you guys want to check out us on our Average Joe's games next week, we'll have 2.
All right, let's check out Hanyo and his Average Joe's game. Look for him on the battlefield as opposed to in the caster's nest this time, or look for him on the dark web. Once again, we've got Crisis Management going up 2-0 over first pick GAZLOWE, GG, AFK. Hanyo, thank you so much for joining me.
No problem.
You're welcome. And I am your caster, Ghost Dunk. Thank you guys, everyone watching. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good night.